Good morning. So, I'm out today and y'all got a sub. I'm going to talk for about 7 minutes. If you need to revisit these instructions, please go ahead. I know that you guys have a good amount of tutorial today. If you need to redo stuff, I also know that you have the afternoon off. So, hey, a full, complete, rough draft is due tomorrow before class. So with that, let's go ahead and make sure that you're on point. Step 1, double check. Do you have all 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 source types? Do you have something from a textbook? Do you have something from a primary source? Do you have a scholarly source? Do you have another thing? In those 4 sources, did you also manage to cover all 4 countries? The United Kingdom, France, Russia, and Germany? Each source that you have should be 2 things, right? A textbook that talks about Germany, a primary source about the United Kingdom, etc., etc., etc. Fantastic. Now that you have everything, do they all have citations? Right? Are they all there? Have you gotten the Chicago citation set about them? Right? 4 citations. The evidence that you have chosen. Does the evidence, does it all have highlights? And do they all have translations? Like, have you written that up in your own words? From there, you run the analysis. Let's take a quick stop on exactly how the hell we do that. All right. First things first. You will see off in this direction that I have noted the entire citation, right? Yeah, dude, this is a scholarly type. Sounds like I'm talking about Pokemon. A little bit. Anyway, so this type is a scholarly source. You'll see it comes from Historical Journal. I found that one on JSTOR. You'll see that above it, I have listed both the location as well as the type, right? This means that, like, as you go through, you'll be able to see them really quickly and easily. So will your peer reviewer, and so will I, the eventual person grading this. So immediately over here, you'll see that I've got the relevant piece of evidence. The relevant piece of evidence is a direct quote with nothing removed. This needs to be your precision box of 1 to 5 complete sentences. It needs to be the whole one sentence, and it can be up to 5, no more than 5. 5 is a lot, right? The idea is that we are trying to be as precise with what we are finding as possible. My relevant piece of evidence is the Zimmerman telegram proposed that Mexico form an alliance with Japan and join the Central Powers against the United States if the U.S. entered the war to aid the Allied powers. In return, the Germans would help Mexico reconquer territory lost within the states. The U.S. government was enraged and felt betrayed. All right, so quick reminder that I'm not grading this for academic English, so I would like not to have that, right? Tell me what it means. Germany said it would give a big chunk of the United States back to Mexico if they helped them win the war. America was pissed. Fantastic. All right, so with that, whoopsie. It looks like in the original relevant piece of evidence, somebody forgot to highlight the relevant part of the quote. So, taking a look at the translation and working backwards, what part of that quote should be actually highlighted? You only want what you're going to translate. So, take a second, take a minute, write it down. Yeah? Pause me. I'll be back in. Just about that long. How's that? Fabu. So, if you got something to, some to the tune of, because what you're looking for is the smallest, most precise piece. Germans would help Mexico reconquer the territory lost within the states. The U.S. government was enraged. If you got that, you did it right. If you got basically that, but a little bit bigger, you're almost right. The idea is you want to be as precise as possible for exactly what you want. Cool. How the hell do I do that analysis chunk? Well, I've got just under 2 minutes left, so let's look at it. All right, so I think this shows the contribution of X. Now remember, my question's a little different than yours, but I think this shows the contribution of imperialism to the U.S. entering the Great War, because the reaction here is to the loss of the American Empire. The South American West was not empty territory when the Spanish settled, but it came to be part of the contiguous empire. Losing any territory was a threat to imperialist goals, but in particular, the United States had already fought, right, and canonized other imperial wars for territory. So, some of my analysis, the latter part, is explanation. But you'll see the part that I've highlighted in blue here? That is an inference. I'm using things I know and what's in the source to point out exactly why America is pissed. Now remember, you don't need at all to use academic English. You just need to be correct. So with that, here are your goals for today. Make sure you've got everything. Get citations written. Make sure you've covered all the source types. Highlight and translate relevant evidence from your sources. Write the citations. All right? Read the evidence and write the analysis. This line here is the headphones line, right? Cool. If you got all the way to that, the rough draft is due tomorrow before class. So if you've got one all the way, congratulations. You are on Team No Homework. I will see you all tomorrow.